Nairobi County.
And the High Court has this evening suspended a Communications Authority directive banning live television and radio coverage of today's anti-government demonstrations. The High Court also ordered the immediate restoration of broadcasts for NTV, KTN and K24, which had been shut down shortly after the directive was issued. Wamboi Wangoi has that report.
Early Wednesday afternoon, the Director General of the Communications Authority, David Mugonyi, wrote to television and radio broadcasters claiming their live coverage of the protests contravened Articles 33(2) and 34(1) of the Constitution, as well as Section 46(1) of the Kenya Information and Communications Act. Mugonyi directed media houses to immediately cease live coverage of the demonstrations, warning that failure to abide by this directive will result in regulatory action as stipulated in the Kenya Information and Communications Act 1998. Within hours of the directive, officials from the Communications Authority made an unannounced visit to the Royal Media Services Transmission Centre in Limuru and took down the signals of NTV, KTN and K24 on all free-to-air digital signal distribution platforms. Responding to the unexpected development, NTV in a statement strongly condemned the action, saying, at the time of the shutdown, NTV was responsibly covering the ongoing protests, a matter of significant public interest and a constitutional right of the people to assemble and express dissent. Katiba Institute and the Kenya Human Rights Commission swung into action in the afternoon, filing an urgent petition at the High Court challenging the directive as unconstitutional. And this evening, the High Court Judge Justice Chacha Mwita suspended the government directive. Justice Chacha also ordered the immediate restoration of the broadcasts of the affected stations, KTN, NTV and K24. The Kenya Editors Guild has condemned the directive as unconstitutional, calling it a blatant misinterpretation of the law. The Law Society of Kenya, the Police Reforms Working Group and the Kenya Medical Association also raised alarm. In a joint statement, they warned that the blackout was already affecting emergency response and threatening public safety. The statement reads in part, and I quote, "We remind the Communications Authority that the media acts as a watchdog, documenting the actions of both protesters and law enforcement. Shutting down live broadcasts of protests and the internet under the guise of preventing propaganda for war or incitement to violence is a dangerous precedent. It risks creating an information blackout that will only exacerbate an already fragile public order situation." End of quote. Wamboi Wangoi, Citizen TV.